Okay, so I'm gonna quickly explain how to meditate real quick, like a 15-minute meditation. This is what I traditionally do. But after that, we're gonna talk about the 1 hour meditation. So that's gonna be the topic for today, and it's gonna be extremely cool and exciting and relevant. But really quickly, we've made an episode about meditation, but real quickly, how do you meditate? You sit down, you get comfortable, and the goal is to really detach from your thoughts, right? To really observe your thoughts and detach, or just detach in any way. And one really basic way and effective way you can do this if you aren't deep into presence or meditation is to just focus on your breath, right? Just literally, because your attention is going to feed whatever you put your attention on. So if you put your attention on your breath, which is something in the present moment, you're no longer feeding your negative thoughts from the past or the future. So what you do is you just focus on your breath, put all your attention in your breath, and uh, breathe in, breathe out. Simple. And then, but when your thoughts start to wander, just return back to your breath. Return back to your breath. Alternative ways is to um, put your attention in your inner body. Put your attention on your thoughts. I have so many other episodes on YouTube teaching people all these other techniques. But for the most part, the most basic part is to focus on your breath, because the whole goal is to focus on something in the present moment, or just to really detach from your negative thoughts. And then the only other thing is to be aware that around 10-15 minutes in, you're going to notice yourself becoming detached. Like you feel lighter, you feel better. And that's because you have slowly started to release your negative thoughts. So your vibration starts to flow up, which is a really good thing. And that's really the goal. Once you really hit that place and you just kind of marinate and float in that place for a while, that's like the goal. And so I meditate about 15 minutes every day traditionally. And the last thing, do it consistently. So, relax, breathe. Relax, focus on your breath, do it consistent, or aim for that like higher vibration place where you feel like you're floating a little bit, and do that consistently. And basic 15-minute meditation. You have anything to say real quick about that?
I'm just curious. So, like, what do you imagine in your mind when you're detaching from thoughts? Because I have like a few, so for example, like I'll literally picture my thoughts like as a moving car, like just passing me by, or like watching it like on a movie screen. So like I get that third person point of view, and I'm literally just watching my thoughts like go by on a screen.
Are you
So that's kind of
asking?
my critique. Yeah, I'm like, what do you see?
So, I think I was talking to you last night about this, but I'm at the point where I don't even have to do anything with my consciousness for it to just kind of be detached. Like my consciousness is just really detached. So I'm just relaxing my awareness, relaxing my consciousness. So what does it look like in my head, right? So basically thoughts come up and they go. But the biggest difference between me and someone else is most people, thoughts come up and they get attached to that thought. So every time a thought comes up, they're going down that neural pathway, right? But for me, thoughts come up, but I don't go down that neural pathway. With that being said, there's going to be times where I do start to go down that, but my awareness kicks in real quick and it returns me back to the emptiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, like I don't focus on my breath or anything, because I don't need to anymore. I literally just detach. Like it's
Hmm.
literally because my awareness is already so free. Because I've been deep into presence for like a long time. So eventually, you don't need any techniques or
Yeah.
visualizations or imaginations or whatever. Eventually, it's just literally at will, or not even at will. Like it's just automatic. Um,
Hmm.
so now want to talk about the hour meditation. So here's the thing, right? For for the longest time, because I've been meditating consistently since Thanksgiving, and for the longest time, I've preached 15-minute meditations. And I still preach that because the 15-minute meditations means that you have to be consistent with it every day, right? I'd rather have you meditate 15 minutes every day consistently than for you to meditate 1 hour one time a week, right? It's like, would you rather brush your teeth for 1 hour a week or 5 minutes or whatever, like 5 minutes every day,
Yeah.
like, so what, so for your vibration, for your health, for all your wellness, I do recommend the 15-minute meditation. But I know there's some crazy people who follow our podcast that want to take the next level. Because I didn't even know about this, but our friend Corey, he just hit me up one day and he's like, he's been doing these long meditations, and then he had like these crazy experiences, and I was like, let's start meditating at midnight. So I started doing that, and just for fun, right? The hour meditation is definitely more of just like for fun. It's not really for me. It's not really for any type of like energy work or anything like that, even though it can have deep, profound effects. This episode is really for people who just, for whatever reason, want to attempt the hour meditation. So I attempted the hour meditation. Me and him, we agreed to meditate at midnight. And, I was just meditating. I had some headphones in, like noise canceling Beats headphones in. And about 20 minutes in, like, I don't know what happened, but out of nowhere, I just like pop. It feels like I popped out of reality. Like, and
Wow.
I don't typically have crazy spiritual experiences like that, but I literally just popped out. It felt like I popped out of the 3D dimension or whatever, and it felt like, wow, like I just felt like I was in another dimension, and it felt really good, and it felt
That's
really
awesome.
different, and it felt very distinct, right? Like, something just happened, like something interdimensional just happened. If that's what it felt like. So that happened, and it lasted around 5-7 minutes before I returned back to my
How
body.
long did it last, by the way?
5 minutes. The experience itself?
Oh, nice. So even when you, yeah,
Yeah.
the experience.
The first night, the meditation lasted 30 minutes, but the experience happened around, I'm guessing, around the 20-minute mark. So probably like from the 20-minute to 27, 25-minute mark, I was in there. I was in the quantum void or whatever that was. So that was cool, right? And then I started tweeting about it, and I come to find out, like, like I might be like astral projecting somewhat. Like it's like a beginning out of a body experience type of thing. And I'm like, that's crazy. And I really feel like that's what is happening here, because me and Jasmine, like, literally, I feel like the night before we set an intention to like astral project, like, and then like
completely unrelated.
yeah,
Yeah.
completely unrelated to meditation. And then this started happening, right? Like I start like, and so this is crazy. But yeah, like if you meditate for those long periods, like you literally will have an experience. Like there's like if you meditate for like 10 times for 1 hour, like if you do an hour meditation like 10 times, like 8 or 9 out of the 10 times, you're going to have a really crazy experience. Like it's very rare for you to meditate for an hour and be like, that was not worth it. Like,
Yeah, for real.
like it's yeah, but I'm experiencing these really crazy experiences. But the thing about meditation is that it's like these long meditations, they really open up your psychic abilities. They really, if you want to ascend, if you really want to like take your path to the next level, long meditation is definitely like a gateway to do that. But you have to let it come to you, right? Like you have to let it come to you.
And it's so interesting. So last night was my first time meditating at midnight, and I was only able to last like about 30 minutes before I was like way too sleepy, and I had to wake up early for work.
Yeah.
But it's such a different vibe than when I meditate in the morning or the afternoon. I don't know what it is about nighttime. It's just so much more powerful.
I just want to throw in that it's a whole different vibe. That 15-minute meditation, you everyone should get really good at. But it takes really about 10, 15 minutes for you to really hit that point where your vibration floats, right? But once your
Yeah.
vibration starts floating, when you do that 30-minute hour meditation, you're extending that period of time where you are really connected with your higher self, because that's what happens, right? So at the very least, you're gonna get amazing ideas. So I need to have a journal around me or something, because like I spent like 30 minutes afterwards like writing content, like writing email letters and stuff. Like I just felt so inspired. And this episode
Wow.
and all this stuff, like a meditation course, like my inner freedom course, like I start mind mapping out all those things like afterwards. But real quick, so my first night, I also did the 30-minute thing. Like I lasted 30, even though I had that experience, that crazy experience, it still only lasted 30 minutes, right? So that's normal, Jasmine. Like that's not anything to be displeased about. And then the second night, I think I also hit 30 minutes. The second night was rougher because but there was a lot. I learned a lot of things through that. It was a lot of things going on. Um, so the second night it was all right. It was still 30 minutes, but last night, it was really good. Didn't have any crazy experiences, but I managed to go from 30 minutes to an hour. So actually what happened was I reached the 30-minute mark and I checked my phone. I have a stopwatch. I don't have a timer. I meditated and I felt like maybe like 15 minutes has passed. And I checked and it was like 30 minutes has passed. Oh no, it was like 40 minutes has passed. It was something crazy, like 40 minutes. I was like, whoa. And there was like a little bit of a mystical experience. Like I felt my body do weird things. I started seeing weird lights. And by the way, if you start seeing weird clouds of lights flashing through, if you just focus on it, apparently those clouds of lights easily become a lucid dream. So that's how you enter lucid dreaming. So here's another big tip that I want to add in is I try my best to keep my body still, because I like to induce sleep paralysis if possible. So that's what I like doing is just sit still, and your body starts to get itchy and starts to like do these weird things to try to test your brain, to see if your brain is awake. But sleep paralysis is actually honestly really good sign. Like, so if you're getting itchy, like really itchy, that's like, it used to be very discouraging. It used to be like, oh my gosh, like I'm already struggling with meditation. Now I'm itching. But the truth is, when you're itching, that's a real good sign. Like that's a sign that your body is starting to, try to fall asleep, and it's sending your brain signals and stuff, right? So if you can just, like stay still through it, what's going to happen usually is you will induce sleep paralysis. And once you induce sleep paralysis, that's when the vibrations, that's when the out of body experiences, that's when the colorful clouds start coming in. But last night I experienced the clouds. So it's just like, how when you look at the sun or whatever, you get these like sunspots or whatever. It's like that, but more intense, kind of like you get all these lights, clouds and lights. And apparently if you really focus on those, those clouds, right, like literally starts to form your lucid dream environment.
My first guess is that you might have been activating your third eye, because that happens to me. Like when I close my eyes and I kind of like try to look through between my eyebrows.
Yeah.
And like focus in. There's always like this one dot I always try to focus in on. Yeah. So I'm wondering if that was it for you.
Yeah, it's part of it, but I think they're all related, honestly. But it was like a more intense form. But like at the end of the day, something crazy is happening. Like that's all I know. Like very crazy shifts are happening. Like I know that, like with these hour meditations. So yeah, if you and here's the thing, like it's surprisingly not that difficult, because when I do it at midnight, it's like, first of all, I look forward to it because it's like first of all I get ready for it, and then I do it right before I fall asleep. Anyways, so it's like an amazing way to fall into the void before you fall asleep. So it feels like I'm so much more likely to have a spiritual experience because it's not like I'm gonna get up afterwards and do anything. It's like I'm planning. I have basically 10 hours, basically to experience anything crazy if be it right. Like so,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah. But anyways,
And for me last night, so I fell asleep during the meditation and my dreams were so crazy. I legit remembered it all. And it
oh
was
yeah.
just, yeah. And I think it was because I meditated beforehand.
Real quick, okay. I know another thing is the fact that Abraham Hicks teaches that your dreams are your unconscious dreams are your higher self trying to
Mhm.
communicating with you. So special because when we manifest things in real life, it takes time to manifest. When we think thoughts, like me and Jasmine were thinking about astral projection, and then this starts to like kind of unfold between like right in front of our eyes. But that took a day or so, right? But when you start activating these thoughts, it shows up real quick in a non-physical form. So when
Mhm.
we dream, our dreams are showing us a lot of our thought contents because dreams manifest immediately. Anyways, so they are a really good representation of our thought forms. But the key here is that they are our a communication system between us and our higher self. So when we are meditating like that, we're really tuning into our higher self right before bed. And then now you go to bed, of course you're gonna have these very relevant dreams. Like it's just gonna happen. Um, I wanted to say something. Oh, so I was just gonna
Mhm.
say earlier though, when you meditate, you stop moving your body, you start to go into that sleep paralysis mode. You'll notice like weird stuff start happening. Like you'll notice your body, your consciousness do these weird things. And then if these clouds start coming up, if these fireworks start coming up, you focus on it, you probably high chances of you lucid dreaming. But if your body, is vibrating a lot, if you're going through that whole vibration type of situation, or if you just let the clouds pass, usually you'll get the vibration situation. That's when you jump into the the astral projections.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't experienced it yet, but this is the information here is kind of what I'm hearing. Yeah. So yeah. Last thing is just I did not even think these things would be related at all. I was just literally we set an intention, forgot about it. Next day, me and Corey decide to meditate for an hour, and it was like just so random. It had nothing to do with astral projection. And then I had that experience, and then I talked to Jasmine about it, and then it became like, oh my gosh. And me and Jasmine, we always talk about like a lot of like out of body stuff, a lot of like past life stuff, right? So it's like, yeah. So it's just so
Dude.
cool and relevant.
Yep.
And real quick, Jasmine, another thing is think about this. Like, first of all, while we're on quarantine and the whole coronavirus situation, me and her are doing like really well. And we like if it all ended today with this whole situation, it would already been amazing. But if me and you, if we started to like have these crazy spiritual experiences, astral projecting experiences, like damn, then you look back at like we're gonna look back at like this whole situation and be like, damn, this happened. Like, like
Yeah.
and think about the stuff that's happened, right? Like we start meditating for an hour, like the podcast success we've been having, and then like you doing these group meditations for your whole entire corporate like the thing, and then like we're now gonna host like this meditation event, uh all of that, right? It's crazy. It's crazy.
And I really hope people do take advantage of this time. I mean, I know it's a scary moment for people. There's a lot of predictability, but I've never experienced a moment like this where I just have so much more time for myself. And like, I don't have to actually commute to work, and like my family's been closer. So I just really hope everyone actually takes advantage of this, and like don't be scared. Don't like let fear control your emotions right now. Like just see it as more, I see it as liberating, honestly. Like so many amazing things have happened. It's like, and as soon as I let go of any expectation, like all of the stuff, it's like we didn't really plan for it. It just happened.
I think a key theme is turn it into something good, right? I mean, how
Yeah.
you react to this whole situation. And another thing I was talking about the other day, off air, was like, I think we're really starting to see how much how much people have. We're seeing that the people who don't have control over their attention, their awareness, their thoughts, they're really struggling, right? Like they're really like going
Mhm.
down a fearful loophole, like a fearful
Yeah.
rabbit hole, right? Like you're constantly, like your attention is your bank account, right? You know that traditional your attention is your bank account thing. And you're seeing that people like me and you who are able to be aware of the situation and obviously, stay safe, stay whatever, do our parts, but we are focused on the positive. We're focused on the amazing things that are still
Yep.
happening in our lives, like versus that same time, if we look at how much our life would be different if we spent that same amount of time focusing and doing what we love, and instead we put it towards watching the news, like being fearful, like worrying, and like the negative stuff, right? While look, me and you, I'm sure we're still making sure we're stocked up. We're social practicing whatever social
Yeah.
distancing, and we got toilet paper or whatever. Like we're good, and we're really thriving.
Yeah.
What's up?
We got snack. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. Any last words?
No, I just hope everyone is able to join the 7-day meditation challenge. We're gonna probably have a live Zoom call so we could get everyone on, have a Q&A session if it's anyone's first time. We're just so hyped for this.
How should people, if people come from, because this is mostly a Twitter event, but if people want to join in on
Mhm.
the 7-day meditation, how should we go about it? Like, should we leave like some type of link in the description? But what would that be? You know,
Yeah, I guess if anyone wants to join the group chat, they can reach out to you.
on Twitter. Well, it's just not all the people who listen to my podcast come from Twitter, but
Gotcha.
um, hmm,
We'll figure it out.
yeah, yeah. Well, check the link below. There might be something like, yeah. I mean, like here's the thing. Most people who listen to me either follow me on Twitter or are signed
Yep.
up to the email list. So I might send out a blast on the email list. So we'll see. And so the 7-day meditation, what we're gonna do is we're going to have like a group chat feature. Um, so everyone can join and be updated. So it'd be like people can interact or whatever. But then we're gonna have a daily for 7 days. We're gonna have daily Zoom meditation meetings, right? So everyone can come together, meditate, and the whole goal is to help people meditate consistently. That's it. So if you want to meditate consistently, try to get in on this thing. Like I'll leave the link in the description, and I'll be there. Jasmine will be hosting it, so you'll get to interact with us and have a great time, and we'll be leveling up, and it'll be a great event right now. So let's do it.
And group meditations are so powerful.
Yeah, yeah. I'm look. I don't even. I'm not a person to be like, yeah, we're changing the universe, we're changing the world, come together, meditate. I that doesn't sell me, but I'll say when you meditate with other people, like your meditations get better. Like your own deep meditation experiences get
Mhm.
better usually. So
Facts.
facts. All right, I'm stopping this. 1, 2, 3.